But anyway, I want to start with a topic, insecurities. The reason why I'm starting with this topic because I know each one of us is striving to achieve this goal, this dream. And I find that with myself especially, some of the insecurities that I had that I was reacting, it was causing me to react a certain way. I'm gonna say that. I had insecurities within me that I didn't even know that lied inside of me until I started working on myself. These insecurities caused me to react and operate in a certain way subconsciously, not consciously, subconsciously. So therefore I wasn't achieving what I wanted to achieve.
When I first came here, I had a really strong accent. And, they put me in the second grade. So, like, certain words I would say, like, the whole class would turn around and just point and laugh at me like crazy. And, like, ever since then, I've just been really quiet. And I think that stuck with me until now. So, like, every time I'm in a class or something, I start out by being really quiet. I don't say nothing, But, like, I'm slowly breaking out of that insecurity. But that, it stems from that when I was a little kid. But, I think it's, you still gotta, like, try to overcome that, even though,
How did
like,
that make you feel?
it made me feel horrible, like, because, like,
Did it make you feel horrible because you wanted to be like the other kids, or you wanted them to accept you?
They made me feel like I wasn't a part of the class. Like,
Okay.
I wasn't I wasn't like them. I was
Okay.
like, you're different. We can just laugh at you.
And when you're young like that, everyone wanted to be the same. No one wants
you
to
want to be the same. You want to
Right.
just blend in and stuff.
Right.
But like,
Kind of like it is today.
Exactly.
Not even
Yeah.
with kids. How it is today with young adults.
It's a saying that now is really sticking with me is that at worst you can be a first-rate you, but at best you can be a second-rate someone else.
Yes.
And throughout most of my life, I always looked at other people and thought, oh, this is a person I want to be like, because I always thought the way I did things, from the way I did things, my own idiosyncrasies, to the way you look, everything that's personal, unique to you, I thought, well, this is not good enough. I have to follow and emulate someone else. Yeah. But as a recent, number one, you realize that everybody is insecure and confused in one way or another. Right. And our goals in life is just to basically be our best self and emulate us, emulate our potential, our the person we're supposed to be, That you can never go alone. Now you can never be this. That's how you never be misguided.
And to add to what you said, I heard someone say this. I think I was watching Oprah or some channel. They said that when you bring a false self to the table, that's what people fall in love with, the false self. Now, can you imagine how hard it is to keep this false self up? Yes.
That's why people go on drugs and commit suicide and beat their wives or, rob,
It's like a second full-time job.
My point is, I'm trying to, like I said, I have a French accent. I'm trying to understand, because when you introduced the topic, you had mentioned about fatherhood or role model. So are we trying to see how a role model can influence the insecurity, or are we just talking about insecurity generally?
We're talking about insecurity general, and once you're able to identify some of your insecurities, and when you see that young man on the street that's being a thug or coming at you a certain kind of way, I feel like, at least for me, it prevents me from attacking that gentleman because now I can clearly see he doesn't mean what he's saying, or his actions doesn't mean that. He has some insecurities or has something else going on. It's not just what I'm seeing at the surface. So it combats the confrontation that we see a lot. And it also helps them if you can some kind of way reach them when they're confronting you, or whatever the case may be, as long as I guess it's not hands on you, and let them know you understand, and this is what you see. Now, they might deny it, because that's what happens at the beginning. Everyone denies it, even myself. Because my advisors, they would tell me stuff, and we were getting knocked out, curse outs, because I didn't, but that's not me. That's not me. What are you talking about?
Well, when I grew up, my insecurity was like, what? My eyes.
Okay, because you have green eyes.
I have green eyes, and this
matching up with your skin tone.
Matching up with my skin tone. But where I come from, no one else had this kind of eyes. I felt like if you have to say cat eyes, I would cry. I would cry my butt out.
And who would have thought?
Understand? But who would have thought traveling like in South Africa the first time when I landed, like it was like, whoa. And today people go and buy this house.
Yeah.
It built up my security.
That shows the global
Yeah.
differences.
Right. And then
Because here you would have been praised for having
exactly. And back home I was like hiding. I won't date no girls. Like they were like, "We'll take it. We'll date you. You want to date me? You have cat eyes. How am I gonna have And then I felt so bad until when I got to the States and like, wow. But coming into that, my son has the same insecurity on his own side, which is like
He has the same eyes as you?
No, he doesn't have the same eye, but different type of insecurity.
Okay.
And I believe that if you have to look up to someone like a role model, somebody has to be there. Coming to your topic, like we have to match those two, role model and insecurity. Like if somebody is there trying to help you overcome your insecurity, but if no one is there, how will you do that?
How long did it take you to get over that, though? How long did it take you to match up?
It took me like what? It went as far as my high school until when I break into fashion and they realize that, oh, I have a different.
You found your purpose.
I'm bringing something
Right.
different.
Right.
Now, how did those insecurities that you were feeling, just the feelings of those insecurities, how did it play into your adulthood, or did it play into your adulthood to where you still brought those insecurities forward?
I still bring in like telling people, trying to empower people, telling people that listen, this is how I tried to overcome my insecurity. But you have to understand that this is something natural. Something happen like that is natural for you. But still someone had to talk to you about it. But if no one was there those days to tell me, you know what, and there are certain tribe or you from 5 generations of white or something somebody have to explain that to those people. You know, it was ignorant.
Right.
No, I wish someone, when I was trying to emulate other people or whatever, I wish someone came to me when I was 15, 16 and said, dude, like, everybody, the gift you have to give is yourself. And don't try and imitate anybody else, because what they have, your uniqueness, what you have to offer is no different, worse, or better than theirs. It's just different, and it's something they can't give and something you can give. You have to each work your own craft, you know?
Yeah. And
I want to ask him one question real quick. And you and I kind of touched on this, but
I know he's going to ask about it.
Yeah, I want you to educate us.
And I've never ever talked about this before.
But I want you to educate us.
I'm going to educate.
Because you set me straight.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up because I know, and I've never talked about this in public to anybody.
Okay.
He's going to ask me.
But first of all, know I love it. You know me and Witherspoon love it.
Let me just introduce this. He's going to ask about albino.
Yes.
Now I don't consider
and I want to ask you the correct term first.
No. Don't ask me. I don't consider myself an albino.
And you told me that, but you told me a term, the correct term.
I don't know what I don't know if I told you. But the point of the matter is this.
First of all, let me ask you: did you get teased when you were little?
You know what? Actually, I got teased for
other things, but not that.
No. If someone really wanted to get at you, they'd say that. What I really got teased for, my nose. Because now...
More than...
I mean, I didn't really... You know what the thing is? Because they looked at me and they were like, all right, you're light, but your eyes are brown. Your hair... You know, when I was younger, my hair was blonde. As I got older, it got brown and browner and browner and everything like that. I was able to play with the sun without any sunglasses. You know?
Okay.
When I was small, they thought that I needed some, but I can go to the beach. I don't need any sunglasses to go out in the sun. I'm not photosensitive. I can go to Miami or whatever and tan at the beach. So I don't consider myself an albino.
But I still feel insecure right now.
What? It does make me insecure.
It makes you insecure
because it does make me insecure. But it's the first one I'm ever talking about. I wouldn't even address the issue.
But that's why this is so important. Because the energy that's coming from these type of things let you know.
I'm going to give you. I still don't like going on photo shoots without a tan. Because I don't like being pigeonholed.
And every time I shoot with you, Ike Love, I don't want the tan.
No, see,
I want you on your natural state.
You know what it is? And that's offensive to me. I was like, what the hell do you want me to look like? It's offensive when people
no,
say
because
that.
Ike Love, it's beautiful. It photographs beautifully, Ike Love.
And Bill says to me, you know, Ike Love, I want you to go and I want to just powder you. I'm going to say, what the hell is this guy talking about, man? The best I felt was when I came back from Miami, I went to his calendar suit and I had a tan. I was like, this is how, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I just felt, I just felt like I brought more of myself out.
So what do you feel like in your natural skin color? What does that make you feel?
Well,
what insecurities does that draw?
You know what it is that I don't consider myself an albino. I do know that, I'm light.
So it's not necessarily that you look different. It's not that you look different that makes you feel insecure. It's that someone may think you're an albino.
I don't like that at all.
Which I
don't
think
like that at
you
all,
should
man.
be proud.
Why
of.
don't
No,
you
but
like
I-
proud of
no,
it.
no,
Proud of being different because
Oh, no, but
since
I am
I've been in
different.
the state,
But, bro,
I haven't seen.
listen.
It's the word
listen,
albino, though.
no, but-
It's the
but
word
listen,
it's not
albino
his
because I
difference.
remember one time my sister put a comment on his picture, and then I took a picture with him,
Right.
and then she put there, is that an albinos?
Or
And
like
then-
he said, I don't know what that meant.
Yeah, and then he said, Bottini, I'm not. Can you remove that? It means you still feel insecure.
How about that word?
About that word.
No, but it's
something with
no,
that
no, no,
word.
no. But it's also people are very, very. I've heard the most stupid comments I've ever had in my entire life. I'll give you an example. There was several years back when I had my hair still in braids, brown. They had
That would
confused
be
me.
nicer.
What?
That would be nice.
Oh, I have pictures. I can't
Yeah?
grow my hair
How
out in
about
braids anymore.
dreadlocks?
I had
Not to cut you
listen,
off. Not to cut you off. Not to cut
Imagine
you off.
with a
Let me hear from
dreadlock.
Mark right quick because I can feel Mark breathing on me. Mark, what was your insecurity?
I think just to touch upon what you were saying, I think all of us have some type of insecurities. And I
Okay.
think it's directly linked to our self-esteem, how we see ourselves.
Okay.
And I know for me personally, I didn't see myself very well. I had a very low sense of self growing up.
Why?
Partly because, I grew up in a single-parent household. I didn't have my father around.
Okay.
So a lot of my young life, and even into my young adult life, I spent just trying to find my purpose and find where I fit into everything. And it wasn't until I
Is
found
it
that
because of the absence of a father?
I think that had to do
It-
something
it
with
has-
it.
it has to
That
do
was
with
pretty
it.
much a big part because I
It has
really
to do
didn't
with
have
it.
that male role model there to, obviously discuss certain things with, and just just about me finding myself and having that role model to me as a male growing up. I didn't have that. I had a single mother. She did what she could, and she did a great job. But I felt that was something missing from my life, and I felt that that had to do a lot with my insecurities.
Let me ask you one other question real quickly before we cut to break. It's clear that you're an African American man.
Yes.
But for me, it's also clear that you're mixed. Did that play any part of your insecurity?
What do you mean mix?
Because when I look at him, I
like
see
Latino
African American
blood.
man. No, I see.
Well,
I see.
Well, he
Half
is.
Dominican.
No,
no.
I see Pakistani, that radio,
No Spanish matador here. It's,
Yeah.
my father was actually Indian Portuguese. My mother's actually from
Yeah,
Guyana.
and that's what I see.
From where?
Indian and Portuguese. My mother's from
Wow.
Guyana.
Oh, Guyana?
Yeah,
She full or she Douglas?
she's full.
Oh, okay.
She's full from Guyana.
Full black or I mean
Full
half
black.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that actually didn't deal with anything with my insecurities. I just
Okay.
think just not having him there,
Okay,
having
okay.
a father there,
Gotcha.
having a male role model there dealt with that, and
Okay.
I felt that I say pretty much up until maybe 25. I pretty much start to feel comfortable in my own skin, and that's how I got off my insecurities and finding my purpose, which is film.
Right.
Helped me out a lot.
When you're gonna break that insecurity when you have a son.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll break the cycle.
Yeah, yeah.
When
break
you
the
did,
cycle.
because if you don't have any child right now, you still have that. You still feel
Yeah, it's
that.
still there. It's
Like-
still there.
like
And it'll still be there
when
with
there's
a
a
child,
Father's
too.
Day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when it hits you when there's Father's Day. Father's Day, like, dang, I don't have no father to raise someone. Even though you have uncles, you don't have your real father. You
Right.
have this low self-esteem because of it. If you have a son,
It's different.
We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back because I have something to say about that because I didn't grow up with a father
Can I
either.
bring something up quickly?
We're gonna come back because we gotta wrap to break. We gotta wrap to break.
I wanna
But
bring
gentlemen, before we
something
wrap
up.
to break, I just want to say that's why this is very important because even though we have a lot of young men of all nationalities that are fatherless in the household, and that's the main reason for this panel because I didn't have a father in my house, but I had so many fathers, if you include my uncles, my cousins, the neighbors, and the gentleman in the
It's still
neighborhood
different.
that I wanted to be like.
Yeah.
Were also like quote unquote father figures, even though
Right,
they were
figures.
2 years ahead of me. So that's why this is important. So we're gonna roll to break and we will be back, gentlemen. I still see crossover somewhere. See.